There's no avoiding it, there's no escaping it. Welcome back to Eurocamp. Welcome back to more time outside of the fresh night air. And hopefully some nice food around the campfire. Of course, with the Outdoors Adventure Club slowly making their way outside, adventuring, learning a thing or two whether or not to use cardboard boxes, we might get some fun exchanges amongst the lot of them. And while the characters are still separated, Rin being by herself, how long is it that her quiet, peaceful times alone are going to stay that way? Let's watch some Eurocamp. Find out. And after the seeing of Rin on the live camera, where else is she going to pop up? Is that the wind you can hear in the back? Or is it just the sound of the baths? And while one of the group is experiencing a nice warm, hot spring bath, you then get a cold moped journey. Just keep the idea fresh in your mind. Give a will and a reason to continue on. I think I said it before in an earlier episode, but if I didn't have to travel to a campsite or anything, then the idea of camping wouldn't be so bad. And considering we've reached episode 5, and it's been a kind of slow burn fascination. The entire group isn't together yet. The idea of camping together is still a long dream off. Plus, there's no way in hell they'd have all of the equipment yet. I mean, a view like that, yeah. I was going to say it before it panned over to show the city overshadowed by Mount Fuji. Still don't tell them that. They're going to stay here forever now. How are they expected to want to continue on walking? Maybe still driving. While they are in heaven experiencing the Onsen, and then there's Rin just freezing herself. Oh no, they almost played themselves. It's a trap. How are they expected to enjoy themselves? What a businessman. He knew what they were thinking. He knew that they would let their guard down. He could make a few sales. A hot, runny boiled egg? Defried egg? So, are they going to make it there by midday? That is an interesting... Only 9. Okay. 9 kilometers to go. How long would this journey have taken? On the moped, at least an hour or so. Now, how many have also turned up to this campsite? What's that face? 150! Yeah, I'd be tired as well. I thought it was only like 45, 50 kilometers. Not 3 times that. That'd take a lot longer than an hour. Gotta have priorities. Just another 6 kilometers. Then you gotta make it back. You thought the long journey was over. Was that rock in the road just someone telling a story of something that they experienced? Because I'd believe that. If it was just there's a rock in the road because it's a road like this, I'd believe that as well. Closed? Now you've got an annoyed drive back. There's the view obfuscated by the clouds. The view to this little experience isn't going to plan, is it? But no hot spring, no scenic view. Something's going to go right. It has to. Yeah, that might do it. Sometimes just seeing the vastness of the plains around you, what we have achieved in the cities that we've erected, while silhouetted by the mountains. Some nice little tables. Why did it look like she was driving at an angle there? I mean, with the sun in its in the sky like that. Nice little view over the edge. Some condiments and seasoning. Put it all in the pot. I mean, unless you're like me and accidentally make far too much pasta. I like the little bit of advice there about the altitude actually affecting the recipe itself. Depends on the cheese, but okay. You can't exactly go wrong with those ingredients. Slightly, I'd say, more enjoyable than a singular fried egg, but a deep fried egg. They're sleeping here? What about getting to the... it's devastating. Truly it is. That guy's dangerous. Well, maybe if you hadn't slept the day away. Grounds. I mean, they get water, so maybe he's used to it. It could be worse. Can't we think about retiring already? What's wrong with, like, thinking of how to spend the rest of your years when you haven't even started working? Now, are they actually going to be able to remember how to set things up properly? Nice. Is the water free? Because if that's so, put a few back. Okay. Is this a good idea? I mean, as an idea, sure. Why do I feel this is going to go wrong slightly? What did they bring to... bring to cook with. There is something just oddly relaxing and alluring of seeing an open flame. It surprised you? It was held together with string. Or aluminium. Aren't you glad that we were lazy and were just watching the fire? Best not to question it. There must be a military air base nearby. Who would have thought? I don't think we needed the spoonfuls of curry in triplicate, but you know. What did you put in? Little bit of extra flavour seasonings. It's not a bad idea. But why would there be leftover ramen flavourings? So we've got curry on one side and single pot pasta soup on the other. Now why not put a marshmallow on that skewer as well? No. Who's going to be the one off by themselves? At least they've got nice open space to roll around in. Let's be fair, that's not bad. Ah, she's asleep. Actually, some valuable advice there from a seasoned professional. Oh. They haven't thought about seeing the stars for yourself? She's going to show her the stars from her area. Yes. No stars for them. You fight through the scary dark night. Remember that. Just think of the idea of why you're going. Why you're venturing out there. quite the journey. To be fair, understandable why it took so long, if that's the kind of shot you'd get from it. I was half expecting the moment to be out of field as well. But is she going to get the message before she's fallen asleep? I'm kind of expecting us to pan back over and she's just napping. Some of the what I said before, like some of just plain aesthetic beauty of what we can see out there. Just the night sky by itself would have been one thing, but for some reason there is a slight a slight I have no idea what the word would be. But the lights that we've set up down in a valley, shining in duality with the ones in the sky. We don't stop and take check of things like that often. I may be talking only for myself, but being able to stop and see the world around you once in a while. And obviously after a time like this, a little excursion, enjoying your time, then there's the trip back. It's not over and there's still little things you can experience. She made it! It is a club outing that they will never forget. Have a photo collage. They're really what going to coat the entire wall? Yes, she does. Oh. Eggs. Apparently those eggs were too good to forget. Now, creating a photo collage of your experiences and memories is a great idea. But just how often does she expect them to go out camping? I've started the wall. Also, how many of the photos are going to be near carbon copies of each other? And how many of them are just going to be of their lunch? But the idea of her, Rin going around, driving up to a campground, and along the way, things not going quite to plan. Her idea of stopping by a hot spring, no, it's closed. The vending machine, no, it's out of order. It reminds me of, basically whenever I decide to go somewhere and it ends up inevitably going wrong, but also a old family holiday, which, once we got to, the journey wasn't too bad, but once we got to the place, not quite how it was advertised at all. I don't remember there being that much mould on the description. Don't remember the pool being that green. Some of the floorboards being that missing. You gotta look on the bright side. Try and make the most of your situation. Just like she managed to do. Just get settled, set up the camp. And in our situation, well, our holiday didn't get cut short, we just came home. Had holiday, back in England. But now that we're seeing more and more of Rin experiencing these things by herself, but then constantly sending the texts and messages over. So look at what I'm experiencing. She doesn't want to keep it to herself. Once we actually have the full group together, what kind of, bullshit are we going to be settled with? But also, how many times are they actually going to make it to the campground they're going to? Really? We're going to check in at 12. No one set an alarm? And now I know I'm a little prone to oversleeping and missing some dates and times of stuff that I was doing stuff. Let's not tell work about that. But I think just being able to step back to see the view, even if it is coated in fog, being able to look across the valley and look back of where you've came from, especially if it's a 150-kilometre journey, you can really quite admire the beauty of the world and the potholes of the road, especially around here. But if you're liking the camping journey with friends that we're seeing in Yuru Camp and you want to make sure to stick around for more, let me know. Are you here for the views, the music, the company, or the food? Maybe if you leave me a comment and a like on the video, it would help me continue on. Maybe consider joining on to my Discord, or might be subscribed to the channel. All I know is I really hope you come back for more. So rest up well, eat heartily. And I'll see you in the next one. If you want to be the night sky that shines over my channel, consider joining on to my Patreon, because that way we may not have to worry about any out-of-service onsen or deep-fried eggs really disrupting all of our plans. But I guess I need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthia, Kite, Shiwan, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Croyville, Levi GR, Megu42, Dark Shadow 7899, Akane, Tori Jane, Wadi Saeed and everyone else. And I just hope that you all have a wonderful evening.